So in this video, I'm going to be rating every single 5x9 killer by how good. No, you know what? This is not going to be one of those basic videos where I basically just rant the shit out of those. I'm going to be having my own opinions, and I mean they'll be so fucking strict that you won't even get yourself straight, and this is no April Fool's joke. What am I doing with my life? So one of the many killers that we do have on this list will of course be Springtrap, and that's why it's the first one, like, what's the point? But anyway, one of the first killers that we're going to be rating is Springtrap. He has a total of, I don't know how much moves, but it will be displayed on the top of the screen right now. Springtrap is a beginner killer, and he's free with almost 70 stamina, and he has 1,750 HP. Springtrap has a walk speed of 14 and a run speed of 22. So now those are all of the stats for Springtrap. Now let's take a look at his moves. Springtrap's first ability is Swing with a cooldown of 2.4 seconds. Springtrap swings either his axe or fist towards, depending on where he has available. This deals 34 damage with the axe and 28 damage with the fist. So, Springtrap's second move is Remnant Cleaver. So basically what this move does is that you kind of have to throw your axe, and basically if it gets hit, it does like 20 damage, I think, while also applying the bleeding effect that does 15 damage, and I think lasts for 5 seconds, pretty much, yeah. So our third move is Bear Trap. Bear Trap has a 2.5 second cooldown, and another tip that I use with this is that when users are barricading doors, I recommend you place traps on them so that you can get pretty much a free hit from that. So the fourth move that Springtrap has is called Scream, and this move is only activated if Springtrap doesn't have his axe. So basically this move also comes with a move called Charge. Another thing with Scream is that it applies blindness for 4 seconds to every user, depending on how close they are to you. And Charge, where you basically just run at the opponent, and you kind of just like, you strangle them and you hit them on the ground, then you can get a free hit from that amount. So generally, I would give Springtrap a solid 8.5 out of 10, although he doesn't really have some stuff that are required as a killer, but he is going to get a few buffs soon. So yeah, that's all we get, and pretty much, yeah. And here's my rating. The second killer that we do have on this list will be the Mimic. The Mimic costs 4,500 scraps, player points, with a solid 3,000 health, and the speed depending on what mode it is in, with a stamina of 60. And now let's get to the moves since we already read the stats. One of Mimic's first moves is called Mode Switch. He can switch between 3 modes: Stealth Mode, Speed Mode, and Strength Mode, if I'm correct. So the first mode we're going to be talking about is Speed Mode. Speed Mode is one of the many modes that the Mimic has, with minus 85% damage, plus 25 speed, minus 50% stamina, minus 50% stamina regain, and you also get a move called Leap. And basically what this move does is that you can kind of go to the opponent, like kind of a short leap, like very, very short, but it stuns opponents and does 25 AoE damage, which is pretty cool, and depending on how many you roll, I think you do a lot more damage, so yeah, that's quite a tip. And another mode that we do have is called Stealth Mode, and this is one of those like really good modes that you just like, with a whopping 2 moves to it: Drill and Stab, which Stab kind of just like strangles the opponent and shit, yeah. So the other move is called Drill, and basically what Drill does is that you become undetectable and you can go underground and shit, and when you actually find someone you can just click on Drill, stab them, like blah blah blah, you get so much AoE damage, you get a free hit, and GG game easy. So Strength Mode is just like pretty much simple, it just gets the base stats. Another fact about it is that it actually regains stamina a lot more than stealth or speed mode, which is really nice because you can just use speed mode when you're catching up to somebody, then switch to strength mode if you just want to regain your stamina, which is actually really cool, and you can also do some extra damage. So my overall rating for Mimic will honestly be a 7.3 out of 10. I mean, not only is he expensive, not only that expensive, but still expensive, he's also really hard to use at times, especially with users that have high ping. So generally, in terms of use, Mimic is actually really great if you're actually really intelligent with playing with Mimic. Otherwise, he deserves to go into mid tier, because honestly, I don't think he's that good of a killer, to be honest. He's still a great killer. You have to play smart with him, that's all. You just need to be really smart, and you have to have 200 IQ, so overall, yeah, that's... So another disclaimer that I do want to put in this video is that getting ennard took me enough 3 days, so this video was low-key delayed, and I'm really sorry for that. So yeah, let's go on to the explanation already. So the next killer that we do have on this list will be ennard. And ennard is the most expensive killer in the game with a whopping 6,000 player points. Yeah, very expensive, which is why I put the disclaimer in the video, because this getting ennard fully delayed the video and also getting the gameplay all together, so forgive me for that. So yeah. So ennard has a walk speed of 12 and a run speed of 22 with a solid 70 stamina. So ennard's next move is swing, which basically this is his M1, and basically this does 32 damage at hit. Second move is surprisingly wire eyes, and basically what this does is that they spawn 2 little devils which will basically roam around and also reveal players, and basically these guys will be very annoying depending on where you place them, because they can just as easily jump on survivors, forcing them to like shake the screen and everything, and it also gives them blindness effect, which is really cool. And yeah, pretty much that's the move, and also it stuns you. Very loud broken devs. Everyone doesn't need to know. So the next move that we do have here is going to be grabbing. Basically, you just pull the enemies towards you just by grabbing a little part of your skin. Yeah, you know, you gotta grab that intestine. The last move is called Skin Stealer, and basically you can basically camouflage into anyone that has died in the lobby, or maybe yourself in the beginning of the round. So basically you can't trust anyone now. Wow, I can tell they clearly worked on this game more than Forsaken could ever do the entire 1 year of playing the game. Wow, that is very nice. So the last move is called Skin Stealer Stab, and basically what this does is that while you're, as a player, you can kind of just M1 into them to boom, strangle their asses. No, not strangle this time. Just kind of stab their stomach, and yeah. So the last move is called Skin Stealer Explode. So basically what this kind of does is that you kind of burst out of the player's corpse, and you do 25 AoE damage, if I think. Okay, we are pretty much done. Yeah. Let's get to the rating. So in terms of rating, I'd 100% give him an 8.6 out of 10. So this makes him probably the highest rated in the whole list. So make a list on what I've rated them. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing and putting all notifications on, because that really helps me quite a ton. And the reason why I actually put ennard, I'm gonna remove a few points from him just for one reason: his speed, and he's also destined, these characters will be destined for a few changes soon, so I'm not really expecting much in the comments. But yeah, if you have your own opinions, please put them down in the comments, and if I got anything wrong, please point it out. It could really help a lot. And anyway, goodbye guys.